Now we are discussing about the topic organizational aspects from the chapter construction management and entrepreneurship. On completion of this period, you would be able to know the budget provision, understand the administrative approval, or sanction, and understand the technical sanction. On completion of this period, you would be able to understand that, know the budget provision, understand the administrative approval or administrative sanction, understand the technical sanction. In the previous class, we have discussed about functions of administrative officers in the state government engineering departments. Functions of administrative officers in the state government engineering departments. We are discussed in the previous class itself what are the important duties of chief engineer. At a glance, we will discuss now itself. Chief engineer submitting budget proposals to the government. Chief engineer main duty is submit the budget proposal to the government. Controls the expenditure in collaboration with the accountant general. Controls employment, transfers of the staff, etc. A chief engineer is ultimately responsible for all operations and maintenance that has to do with any and all engineering equipment throughout the entire ship, and supervises all other engineering officers and ratings within the department, engine rating within the department. A chief engineer takes charge of an entire engineering department, leading a team as they complete various projects as a team head. Chief engineer works alongside other engineers and technicians approving designs, calculating cost, negotiating contract, and executing plans safely and efficiently. That are the main duties of chief engineer. We are discussed in previous class itself. At a glance, we are recollected. What are the duties of superintending engineer, SE? Chief engineer CE, superintending engineer SE. Already you know administrative and technical control of circle. So he is the head of the circle. Already we are discussed. Throughout state is divided into number of circles. Each circle head is superintendent engineer. So he is responsible for the chief engineer. He will work under chief engineer. A group of superintendent engineers, SEs, will work under a chief engineer. So, what are the duties of superintendent engineer, SE? Administrative and technical control of circle of his circle, under his circle. Exercises financial control by accepting tenders up to 50 lakhs rupees. He has to exercises financial control by accepting tenders up to 50 lakhs rupees. Finalizes schedule of rates. Inspects the progress of work periodically, etc. He has to inspect the work, where work is going on. He has to inspect the work periodically. So, what are the duties of superintendent engineer? A superintendent engineer is technical and administrative head of circle, of his circle. Superintendent engineer is a technical and administrative head of circle within a wing or zone. Within a wing or zone. He has technical and administrative control over the personnel in his circle. Superintendent engineer is required to report in all issues connecting his circle to the additional chief engineer of his wing or zone. So, is chief engineer and additional chief engineer. A superintendent engineer will attend the monthly meetings of the wing or zone in his circle, management, team, and report on all matters. అంటే a superintendent engineer will attend the meetings of his zone or wing or zone circle management team and report on all matters relating to the operations, systems, and procedures of his circle. Also, we have discussed duties of executive engineer, deputy executive engineer EE, and deputy executive engineer DEE, and assistant executive engineer AEE or assistant engineer. We are also aware about feasibility report and project report. As you are also aware about feasibility report and project report, as we are discussed in the previous class itself. So, duties of executive engineer. The executive engineer is first point of contact for all the engineers. An executive engineer is technical and administrative responsibility of a division under a circle within a wing or zone. Already we are discussed. Superintendent engineer, entire state is divided into number of circles. Each circle headed by the superintendent engineer. Each circle is again subdivided into number of divisions. Each division is headed by the executive engineer E. So, executive engineer is a technical and administrative responsibility for a division, for his division under a circle. Division is under a circle. For his division under a circle within a wing or zone. An executive engineer has technical and administrative control over the personnel in his division. He will write the ACRs of the sub-divisional engineers under his division. ACRs means annually confidential reports. They are very important for their promotion, etc. So he will write the executive engineer will write the annually confidential reports, ACRs, of the sub-divisional engineers, those who are working under his division, under his control. So sub-divisional engineers under his division, he will submit the report to the superintendent engineer at the beginning of each financial year regarding equipment under his division. He will make inspections of his own office and the subdivision office of his division once a year. So subdivision means circle is divided into number of divisions, but each division is divided into number of subdivisions. Circle head is superintendent engineer, divisional head is executive engineer, subdivisional head is deputy executive engineer. So he will submit the reports to the superintendent engineer at the beginning of each financial year regarding equipment under his division. He will make inspection of his own office and the subdivisions offices of his division once in a year. He will responsible for timely disposal of inspection reports, audit reports, inspection reports of his or her officers, and all matters connected in the reports and queries of the Public Accounts Committee or Planning Commission and other branches of government. So engineer is a circle head, executive engineer is a division head, and deputy executive engineer is a subdivision head. So every division is divided into number of subdivisions. So deputy executive engineer is more site responsible than his immediate boss. His immediate boss is executive engineer. He is more site responsibility than his immediate boss. The office work, preparation of progress reports, documents for meeting, etc. And he has to look after the constructions under his subdivision. He has to report to his boss, immediate boss, executive engineer, and under his there are number of assistant executive engineers as well as assistant engineers will work under his subdivision. He is allotted to one subdivision. Then assistant executive engineer or assistant engineer. At the entry level, the general works, an assistant executive engineer is a state government, include verification of a design, preparing of estimates, execution and preparation of bill, various development works based on the needs of public in various areas. So an assistant executive engineer is a BTech degree holder, minimum qualification to become an assistant executive engineer, or assistant engineer is a diploma holder. So both are the work culture is same. Both are working under a subdivision. They are working in a section. That's why the assistant executive engineer as well as the assistant engineer called as a section officers. Section officers. And we are also discussed feasibility report as well as the project report. So very clearly in the previous class itself, what is the feasibility report, what is the project report, everything. So we have discussed elaborately in previous class. Now we have to come to a next one, budget provision. Budget provision. Budget provision means every engineering department sends their financial requirements to the finance department to execute the projects. In turn, finance department obtain the concurrence from the government. Budget provision. Every engineering department sends their financial requirements to the finance department to execute the project. In turn, finance department obtains the concurrence from the government. Concurrence from the government. According, budget will allotted to the departments. Accordingly, budget will be allotted to the departments. The amount allotted for various departments in the budget. Various department in the budget. Can be spent during the financial year. During that financial year. Budget provision. So then administrative approval or sanction. And administrative approval or administrative sanction. Formal acceptance of the proposed work by the competent authority is called administrative approval. Formal acceptance of the proposed work by the competent authority is called administrative approval. Competent authority may be the chief engineer. The competent formal acceptance of the proposal by the competent authority. The competent authority may be the chief engineer, superintendent engineer, executive engineer, or members of parliament, or members of legislative assembly, or Jilla Parishad chairpersons. Say, competent authority may be chief engineer, CE. That competent authority may be superintendent engineer, SE. That competent authority may be executive engineer, E, or member of parliament, MP, or member of legislative assembly, MLA, or Jilla Parishad chairman. Anyone may be competent authority regarding the concerned work. So, formal acceptance of the proposed work by the competent authority is called administrative approval. So, administrative approval or administrative sanction is the formal acceptance, just now I have discussed, of the proposal by the competent authority of the administrative department requiring the work. Accord of administrative approval, the concurrence of the competent authority to the preliminary estimate of the work. So, the concurrence of the competent authority to the preliminary estimate of the work. It is the duty of engineering department requiring the work by the administration to obtain the requirement approval to it. An approximate estimate and such preliminary plans are necessary to explain the proposals are submitted by an engineering department to the administration to obtain administrative approval to take up the work within the sanctioned amount. Within the sanctioned amount. Administrative approval is a given on the basis of approximate estimates and preliminary plans that we are discussed, we are explained. After administrative approval, the engineering department takes up the work, prepares detailed designs, plans and estimates. After administrative approval, the engineering department takes up the work. Then after approval of the administrative approval, the engineering department takes up the work, prepares detailed designs, plans and estimates. After administrative approval, they can prepare detailed designs, plans and estimates. The administrative approval is also taken on the modification of proposals originally approved and where there is material deviation. The administrative approval is also taken on the modification of proposals originally approved and where there is material deviation. That case. Then coming point of view to the technical sanction. For every work proposed to be carried out, a detailed estimate must be presented for sanction by the competent authority of the engineering department, which is known as a technical sanction. For every work proposed to be carried out, a detailed estimate must be presented for sanction by the competent authority of the engineering department, which is known as a technical sanction. That's already we have discussed. The competent authority may be chief engineer, CE, superintendent engineer, SE, or executive engineer, EE, of the concerned engineering departments, or member of parliament, or member of legislative assembly, member of parliament MP, member of legislative assembly MLA, or Jilla Parishad chairman, whoever may be the competent authority for that concerned work. So, as you discussed, after receipt of administrative approval and expenditure sanction, a detailed estimate is further sanctioned by a competent technical authority of the engineering department empowered by the government, which ensures that proposals are structurally sound and the estimate is accurately calculated based on adequate data. Such sanction is known as technical sanction. Such sanction is known as technical sanction and should be taken before inviting tenders to execute the work. A technical sanction means the order of a competent authority sanctioning a proposed detailed estimate of the cost of the work of construction or repair to be carried out in the department of the government. The technical sanction ensures that the proposals are structurally sound and the estimates are accurately prepared based on adequate data. Just what we are discussing now. The technical sanction ensures that the proposals are structurally sound and the estimates are accurately prepared based on adequate data. After the technical sanction of the estimate, the work is taken up for construction. After technical sanction, so the work can be taken up for construction. If subsequent to the grant of technical sanction, any alterations are to be contemplated, the orders of original sanctioning authority should be obtained. So, if subsequent to the grant of technical sanction, any alterations are to be contemplated, the orders of original sanctioning authority should be obtained. Powers of sanction. Powers of sanction. Depending on administrative status in the department, regulations have been formulated for monetary powers of each of the officers, powers of sanction with respect to administrative approval. So, depending on administrative status in the department, regulations have been formulated for monetary powers of each of the officers, powers of sanction with respect to administrative approval, powers of sanction. Tip: to sanction expenditure, it is primary condition of the exercise of all financial powers that public revenue should be spent only on legitimate public expenditure. A subordinate authority may sanction expenditure or advance of public money in those cases only in which it is authorized to do so. So, powers of sanction with respect to administrative approval for chief engineer, superintendent engineer, executive engineer. Powers of sanction with respect to administrative approval, chief engineer CE up to 50 lakhs, superintendent engineer up to 2 lakhs, executive engineer up to 1 lakh. Executive, it may be further enhanced. So, powers of sanction with respect to administrative approval, chief engineer CE 50 lakhs, superintendent engineer SE 2 lakhs, executive engineer EE 1 lakh. Powers of sanction with respect to technical sanction, chief engineer 2 crores, superintendent engineer 50 lakhs, executive engineer 10 lakhs. Powers of sanction with respect to tenders, chief engineer CE 2 crores, superintendent engineer SE 50 lakhs, executive engineer 10 lakhs. So, CE, chief engineer, and powers of sanction with respect to tenders, chief engineer CE 2 crores, superintendent engineer SE 50 lakhs, executive engineer EE 10 lakhs. In this class, we have discussed about budget provision, administrative approval of sanction, technical sanction, power of sanction. In this class, we have discussed budget provision, administrative approval or administrative sanction, technical sanction, powers of sanction of different officers. Quiz. Technical sanction is accorded by the following. Technical sanction is accorded by the following. A. Member of Parliament. B. ZP Chairperson. C. Chief Engineer. D. None of the above. Actually, this is the Chief Engineer, but regarding the conditions of situation, maybe they may come into the picture. Administrative approval is accorded by Chief Engineer, Superintending Engineer, Executive Engineer, any of the above as per these powers. So, administrative approval is accorded by Chief Engineer, Superintending Engineer, Executive Engineer, any of the above as per their powers. Yes. In the case of technical sanction, Member of Parliament MP, ZP Chairman, Chief Engineer, none of the above. In the case of administrative approval is accorded by chief engineer A, chief engineer B, superintendent engineer A, CE, chief engineer B, superintendent engineer SE, C, executive engineer D, any of the above as per their powers. Right. The chief engineer can give administrative approval up to rupees A 1 crore, B 2 crores, C 50 lakhs, D none of the above. The chief engineer can give administrative approval up to rupees A 1 crore, B 2 crores, C 50 lakhs, D none of the above. Frequently asked question. Differentiate administrative approval and technical sanction. What is the difference between an administrative approval and a technical sanction? It's very, very important question. Assignment. Study the projects, works undertaken by the engineering departments in your place and prepare a report. Study the projects or works undertaken by the engineering departments in your place and prepare a report. Prepare a detailed report. Visit local engineering departments. Whatever the engineering departments are there in and around you. Visit local engineering departments and study the various approvals given by the authorities. So what approvals they are given, the authorities. So visit local engineering departments and study the various approvals given by the authorities. Thank you.